Good, thank you.
Yeah?
Yeah, very
Thanks.
It's unbelievable, huh? With this huge audience. So I'm going to start with you, Princess Zatashah. You are an environmentalist and a lover of fitness dancing, like me. That's a common point. So in your country, you are well known thanks to your commitments and the 2 campaigns that you launched on feeding homeless and hungry people. In this session, we will focus on zero food wastage, of course. So 5 years ago, you read an article that shocked you. You read that more than 230,000 tons of food was thrown away during the month of Ramadan in Malaysia. That is to say that 50 tons of food is thrown away daily. Can you believe it, in Malaysia? So can you tell us how you kickstart from scratch your campaign few months later in 2016, working with hotels in order to help your association, Clara Soup Kitchen, where you were a regular volunteer?
Thank you so much. Yes, in 2016, I've been a regular volunteer for Clara Soup Kitchen. I was doing a lot of voluntary work, feeding the homeless, doing a lot of food distribution rounds. And when I saw in 2016 the article that came out, 230,000 tons was being thrown away of food, good, edible food from the hotel buffets, I thought to myself, well, we have to do something. And in fact, it was France as well that actually inspired me, because it was also the same time when I read that there was the legislation that supermarkets were not allowed to throw food and had to give it to charity. So there I was sitting there, I was like, what can I do about this? I'm going to write to all the hotels.
I want to be useful.
Yes, I was like, let's be a warrior here. I'm going to write to all the hotels. And so I sat there and I wrote on my emails to different hotel groups, from the Marriott groups, hotels, Westin, etc. And surprisingly, and I was shocked, they all came on board and they said, we are with you, Princess, 100%. We will give you your surplus food. So basically, every night, and how we did it was that every night we would pick up the surplus food, we would weigh it from the hotel. So I had a team of Clara Soup Kitchen volunteers, even truckers were coming on board. And we went to all the different hotels, picked up the food, and we delivered it to the homeless and the urban poor families.
Was it easily to convince hotels for the first time?
It was,
saying
actually.
that you can donate your food?
Yeah, normally we have this whole, I did persuade them that we have a health and safety hygiene process, so we're very careful about that. And they were on board with me straight away. So the first year was, we saved 3 tons. The second year in 2017, we saved 5 tons. And I grew from the hotels in Kuala Lumpur and Selangor, which is the Klang Valley, so it's near the capital of Malaysia. We increased to another state in Penang the next year. We had more hotels that I wrote to. And it was just like basically everyone jumping on the bandwagon. Everyone was believing in it. And this year we hit a milestone. We saved 11 tons of surplus food that would have gone to the bins, that would have gone to the landfills, and we fed around 23,000 people in need. But it didn't just stop there.
Can you repeat the name? How many? How much?
We saved 11 tons of food this year in 1 month of Ramadan. So that's 40
how
days.
Many beneficiaries?
For 23,000 beneficiaries.
23,000.
But we didn't just stop there. I decided I wanted to go and talk to the supermarkets as well. So in 2017, I managed to get Tesco Malaysia. We got Tesco Malaysia on board. And I'm known back in Malaysia, I'm known as the persistent princess. So it took me 2 years, but finally, end of 2018, we managed to get ION Malaysia on board as well for zero food wastage. And that was a huge milestone because the Japanese food bankers were like, Princess, how do you do it? Because, Japan, they're very tough on health, food, and safety and hygiene. And I said, well, I guess it's, persistence and me writing that email for 2 years to say, please get on board. So we have been having them on board. And so since we started from 2016 till today, we have saved 1,000 tons of surplus food to feed over 29,000 people regularly. From there, it moved on to 2019. We created, with the government, Malaysian government, we created the Food Bank Malaysia Foundation.
Yeah, wow.
And I was a board of trustee, one of the
course.
founding board of trustees for the Food Bank Malaysia. And we did a program last year to feed all the students from low-income groups. So we saved all the surplus food, and we fed all the students from low-income groups in every state of Malaysia. We have 13 states, and we went to 22 public universities. We have signed Nestle Malaysia on board as part of our MOU. So this movement is growing bigger and bigger every year.
I think we can applaud him because it's in Malaysia, far away from us, and
thank you.
You have a huge impact. I love technology, Zatashah, you know that. And I love tech for good. Yeah, of course. We talk about it. Yeah, and then I think you work with an app called Robin Wood.
Robin
started
Food.
by
Robin
students. Yeah,
yes.
Robin Food. Yeah, not Robin Hood, but they are such like a Robin Hood in Malaysia. Can you describe how it works?
It's such a great story. It's called the Robin Food app, and it was created by 4 Malaysian students, and you won't believe how old they were, 14 years old. And the idea of this app was to match up Tesco supermarket to the NGOs that were feeding the homeless and the urban poor families. So that was to Kachara Soup Kitchen as well as to Food Aid International. So these 4 kids from East Malaysia, from Sabah and Sarawak, they came up with this app, and we are still in this process. It's working really well. And yeah, we match basically Tesco, Malaysia, all the different supermarkets will say what kind of food surplus they have. And then the NGO would say, okay, we're going to come and pick it up. So they will match. So everything is matched and very efficient. So it's great.
And now to finish, what is the purpose of your presence today? So you travel from Malaysia to Paris, and you share with us your inspiring story. What's your message, your main message today?
Well, my message today is that, you know, I'm not an NGO, I'm not in any association. When I first started Zero Food Wastage, it was just passion and a belief that we can do something, and that food that is perfectly edible going to landfills. And when you see there's so many people out there who are hungry, and you know, we've been talking about numbers, but it's really about the people. And when I have this lady who's crying to me and saying, thank you, you know, normally my 5 kids, they don't have enough food to go to school. They don't have lunch. My baby has no milk. But all the surplus food that we are saving is helping families like her, single moms, homeless people. You know, that to me is the important part of what we're doing with Zero Food Wastage. It's actually teaching and reaching out to humanity and saving, and also the message being that I am one person, but we can all do something together. You don't need to be part of something. You can work with NGOs, establish NGOs. There are great companies out there doing great stuff. So, you know, we can all do it. So that's my message.
Thank you so much, Zatashah. We can applaud. Un message pour la régie, je veux bien une timekeeper, j'ai pas de temps. Merci beaucoup. Let's continue with Jean Moreau. And you are the founder of Phenix, a company that fights against food waste by selling or donating unsold products, such as fruits and vegetables. So what kind of company is Phenix? It works. Merci.
Okay, thank you.
10 minutes. Okay.
Thank you, Cyrielle. So my company, it's called Phenix, is a tech for good startup, which is fighting food waste through mainly 3 channels. First one is the consumer, with a B2C mobile app that you can all download and use. So we are not the only one on this pillar, but we have a B2C mobile app enabling all the consumers to buy a product next to the expiry dates with a significant discount, and to make and to fight food waste with us. So that's first is the consumers. Second solution is the charities. So we have a platform connecting all the retailers like Leclerc, Auchan, Carrefour, Franprix, with all the charities around. So it's a marketplace, B2B marketplace, somehow like a vente privée of food waste. And then, after the consumers first and then the charities, we give the rest to animal feeding, meaning a zoo, horses, porks, farms, etc. So they take the residual bio-waste. And then at the end of the day, our goal is to reach the zero waste, or at least zero bio-waste, thanks to consumers, charities, and animal feeding. That's what we do at Phenix.
So why did you choose to challenging you, run a business with unsold products?
Sorry.
Why did you choose to run a business with unsold products?
I think I am in the mood that many of the people attending ChangeNOW are. I wanted to have a career that made more sense. So I started my career as an investment banker in an American investment bank called Merrill Lynch, doing what we call merger and acquisitions. So I've been doing this for 5 years, and then I decided to make something more meaningful with a contribution to make the world a better place. So I switched to social entrepreneurship, or tech for good entrepreneurship, and decided to tackle the issue of food waste. So it was a radical switch in my career. It was a risk, but I'm...
Okay, so from finance to unsold products.
Yeah.
Such interesting. Can you describe, I'm very curious about your business model. How does it work?
Yeah, no, it's an important question, because some people say, if you talk about food waste and NGOs, then you are an NGO and you don't have any business model, but that's precisely what we are proud at Phenix, to have built a real startup with a topic of d'intérêt général. I don't know how to say it in English, but so we are a startup. We have a business model, and it's the following: on the mobile app, we take a commission, so it's transaction marketplace. Like Franprix or Biocoop or Bio C'est Bon are pushing on the app products that have like 12 euros of value, sold at 5 euros, and we take 1 euro per transaction, and we give back 4 euros to the retailer. So that's a simple model marketplace commission. Then on the in-kind donation, that's probably the part where it's less intuitive. In France and in many countries in Europe and also in the US, you have a tax legislation which is in favor of in-kind donations. And if, as an industrial or as a retailer, you give like 1,000 euros of products to charities through Phenix or directly, you can collect back up to 600 euros. So 60% of the book value of the goods are eligible to a tax credit, a tax deduction. So we transform a cost center into a profit center, doing something good for the environment and with a social impact. So it's kind of a no-brainer for our clients, and we take a 18% commission on the volumes.
And so let's talk about the huge impact, and especially the social impact. You said that since 2014, you saved from the trash more than 60 million meals, right?
Yeah, almost 17 million meals. So it's great. So each day it's 120,000 meals saved each day, either through the app or through the donation in kind. So it's that's the magic of those models of tech for goods, that we rule on two pillars: one which is growth, turnover, and volumes, but the other one which is the impact. And so I am very proud to say that we built a solid company with 100 millions business volumes and 15 millions of turnover last year, and inshallah 25 this year. But at the same time, we have an addition, which is the good we are doing to the world, and we now represent almost 5% of the food donations in France. So we are progressing in the. You still have food banks, Resto du Cœur, but then Phenix is appearing in the landscape. Okay, so one of the last question: how do you scale your business? It's very interesting for her. How do you scale? First, it's complicated to scale. It's a pain, but it's part of the job. So we did it through three things. First was obviously HR, so hiring top talents, because the one that are the good people for the launch of the startup are not the one that are going to help you to scale and go abroad, etc. So you need to choose the right person at the right place at the right time. Second one was the scaling on the geographical aspect. So l'essaimage, starting in Paris, and then Bordeaux, Toulouse, Marseille, Lyon, and then Spain and Portugal. And third one is obviously technology. That's where I really believe in tech for good. The technology and the app and our platform is probably the best lever to have an impact at scale and to be more efficient.
Okay, thank you so much, Jean Moreau. And now let's talk about Vépluche from Clara Duchalet. So you are the founder of a circular economy business created 1 year ago with 5 employees currently, and the core of your business is bio-waste. So can you describe the concept?
Thank you. Hello, everyone. And first of all, thank you all for being here. Thank you all for being really concerned about food waste, because I think we're all sensitive to this topic, and we can all do something to act concretely. So thank you, Cyrielle, for the introduction. Yeah, closer. Yes, the company I built with my co-founder, Manuel, which is in the room, is called Vépluche. So you can say Vépluche if you want. It's a circular economy solution applied to organic waste. So when I came to Paris, the first thing that shocked me and that I threw my carrot peelings in the trash. And I was like, wow, Paris is a wonderful city, but there is no way to valorize my organic waste. And it was like 8 years ago. Since then, things have changed, and we try to better valorize the waste, but we still have to do it with a private way, you know, and that's why we'll build this company, is to create a sustainable economic model. And just like Jean and Phenix, we fight to join economy and ecology, which is a hard task, but we really do it with all our hearts. So to explain to you guys how Whiplash works, it's a solution we offer to small restaurants. We say to them, don't throw away your organic waste. Don't throw away your carrot peelings, your coffee ground. All your organic waste is wealth. So it shouldn't go to the trash. It shouldn't be burned. It shouldn't be buried. It should be saved. We literally have to save the organic waste and return it to the ground into the form of compost. I guess everyone here knows what compost is, but let's say it's the organic degradation of the waste, and it feeds the lands, and it helps grow new vegetables, new cereals, and avoid pesticides, for example. So what we say to the restaurants is, give us your organic waste and do it for free. Yes, for free. We come here, we collect for you every time we come with our organic, with our electric, cargo bike. Their names are Cocotte and Simone, just so that you guys know. We come for free every day, but as a counterpart, you guys commit to buying vegetables from us.
Can you explain the economic model, yeah?
Yeah, it's it. We collect for small restaurants for free the organic waste. We transform it into compost, which is distributed to farmers and sold as well. And we sell the vegetables to the restaurants. So we do a margin on the vegetable that compensate for the costs of logistics. So this is really a loop that we create with Vépluche. I hope it's clear. Is it?
And so, yeah, we have not really time, but what is your main message? And can you tell that you feel that people, and especially the society, the food industry, are more open to work with organic waste in the circular economy?
Yeah, I think it's just common sense, and maybe it seems obvious, but everyone is more and more concerned by saving organic waste. We can all do something. We can all choose to go to restaurants that save the organic waste. We can talk about the solutions that exist. We can talk about Vépluche, about others. The goal is really to have a stable and sustainable business model, really like business, to make ecology happen at the scale of our territories. We work in cities, and we plan on expand in Paris next year. So please, guys, come talk to us, and we can convince all the restaurants, small ones, bigger ones, and companies to work for that.
And Sarah and Clara, to finish, can you share with us your new project for 2020?
Yeah, in 2020 we are coming to Paris. So, and we also plan on valorizing the
Because
compost.
you start in Boulogne-Billancourt. That there.
Yes,
you
exactly.
have to share
Thank
the
you,
idea.
Boulogne-Billancourt.
Boulogne to Paris.
Yes,
Paris,
thank
be
you.
prepared.
Thank you.